Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Gare here with another pickups video for you. And I want to start off by just kind of explaining to you guys, I decided to kind of do away with the, the videos I do in my car where I, say good morning and everything like that, just because I feel like it's kind of repetitive. It's kind of silly for me to tell you what I get at the sale and then come home and basically show you the same thing. It's kind of a waste of time. So unless I find something just like earth-shattering amazing, I'm going to kind of do away with that. Like I said, it just seems like a waste of time. And also, I want to apologize for my video last week. I had a severe case of vaginitis, so I want to apologize. I was kind of complaining last week about the stuff I got, and a lot of you guys made some really great points. There's a lot of people, even with the stuff that I got last week, even though I felt like it wasn't much, there's a lot of people out there that would kill to have the amount of stuff that I picked up. So, again, I want to apologize for complaining and being a negative Nancy last week. I'm definitely going to quit doing that. Basically, I get spoiled. I get so used to getting so many things on a weekly basis that when I don't get that standard, I'm kind of a crybaby about it. So, again, I apologize, and I won't do that anymore. Now, this week, I got a crap load of stuff. I mean, I've got boxes and boxes of I've got boxes and boxes of stuff here, so it's going to take a while. So I'm just going to try to get through this as fast as I can. I don't want to drag this video out. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and start showing you guys what I got. I'm really glad I have my sidekick back with me. Say hi.
Hi.
She was gone for like the last couple weeks. It really bummed me out. She was at her grandma's house for a while, so very happy to have her back with me in the videos. Her Nana's, yeah. So I'm really glad to have her with me. But first up, yeah, I'm going to show you guys just some stuff I picked up at the pawn shop this week. Nothing really spectacular, but some pretty cool stuff. So basically, like I told you, they're starting to individually mark games. So sometimes that really sucks, sometimes it helps me out. But for the Super Nintendo, the only one I found that was really worth buying that wasn't, close to retail, I got The Art of Fighting. And I picked up a couple Vita games. I'm getting really into playing my Vita. I've been playing that thing nonstop since I got it, so I'm very glad I got it. And they actually had a pretty cool, couple of cool RPGs that I wanted to get. So I got Ragnarok Odyssey and Dragon's Crown. So now I've got that for the PS3 and this. So I don't know. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I think so. I could start a game on the PS3, and if I want to copy that to my Vita, I could continue it on there. That sounds right, but like I said, if I'm wrong about that, please correct me so I can figure that out. Picked up Monster House for the Gamecube. This movie, I don't know, we kind of liked it. We might give it another go sometime. But I picked up The Muppets on Blu-ray. It was only $5, so. And then I finally picked up Devil May Cry, the HD collection for the PS3. I've been really wanting to play through these again, so I was really happy to get this. And I got all this stuff for $30, so I thought it was a really good deal. I was pretty happy with that. Okay, next up, this is just kind of a random assortment of stuff I got either on eBay or Craigslist. The first thing I got here is really freaking cool. I saw it on there. Nobody was bidding on it, and I got it for dirt cheap, so I had to get it. It's a Power Rangers Tiger handheld electronic game. It's in really good shape, and I was a huge Power Rangers fan when I was a kid. So this was a no-brainer. Got this for like $4 shipped, so I was really happy about that. This is a game I've been wanting for years, and I'm very, very glad to finally got it for a good deal. I told myself I was never going to spend over $20 for it. So it's Silent Hill for the PlayStation 1, and I got this for $15 shipped. So I was really, really happy about that. I'm very excited to finally play through it. I'm a huge, huge fan of the Silent Hill series. Next up is, along the same lines, I got Silent Hill Shattered Memories for the Wii. And from what I understand, this is basically kind of like a remake / reboot for the original game. I watched the Game Grumps play this, and it looks like a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to playing this. It is scary. And I think, let's see, Silent Hill, I got that for $15, and then this one I got for, I think, like $10. So, next up is Mugen Souls for the PS3. I think I got this for like $9 or $10. And, these kind of RPG titles, I don't expect to pick up at garage sales for a good deal. So, if I can find them for a decent price, I'm very happy to pick them up. This next game, I was very, very happy to get for the price I got it for. It's pretty uncommon. It was a pretty limited run, and you can usually expect to pay, I think, like $50 or $60 for it. So I got the Super Mario All-Stars box set for the Wii. The box is not in the best condition. It's definitely got some wear. But the discs, the soundtrack and the game itself were in excellent condition. She said it was never played. This just basically kind of sat around the house. And I got this for $10, so I was really happy about that. And then this game, this is just something my daughter brought back with her from her Nana's house. Is that right? Okay. From her Nana's house. It's Cold Stone Creamery. Nothing really special. She just really likes it. It's a fun game for her to play. So what should I do next? Okay, so next up is another Craigslist deal. And this one, at first I was really excited about it. And when I got home, I was disappointed. Basically, lady, I put an advertisement on Craigslist every couple weeks, you know, wanting to buy games. She contacted me, told me she had a Super Nintendo and a list of the games that she had for 40 bucks, which I was really ecstatic to do. So anyway, I went to go meet her right before I had to go to class, and I was running late, so basically went there, kind of very quickly glanced at everything, make sure it was there, make sure it looked okay, and everything looked fine, so I gave her the 40 bucks, headed to class, and, you know, went through my day. Got home, and I looked at the, you know, the condition of everything. The system, as you can tell, is in really great shape. There's no discoloring, there's no broken pieces. It looks really nice, so I was really happy about that. But some of the games, and especially the more valuable ones, were pretty jacked up. So, it's normally I probably would have dropped it down to like 20 bucks, but I'll show you guys everything I got here. Okay, so first up here is The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, which I was really happy about. But some jackass literally wrapped the entire thing with duct tape. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but there is some remnant of the stickiness all over it. It will not come off. Like, I'm basically going to have to take a single razor blade and scrape it off, which really sucks. Basically what it is just, it's, you know, the piece isn't holding, so it's opening. So they thought it was a good idea to duct tape it. So that really pained me to see. Battleship, Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Quest, Final Fight, Super Mario World, another game I was really happy to get, but it was really jacked up, Super Mario Kart. From the front, it looks absolutely fine, right? But then you flip it around, and yeah, there's a nice little chunk missing there. So, she said everything works. Like, she guaranteed that it all worked. I mean, as good as you can qualify a guarantee on Craigslist. But anyway, next up is Killer Instinct, Donkey Kong Country, and finally, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, which I was actually pretty happy to get. I didn't have this game, so... and it came with 2 controllers, all the cables and everything. And like I said, you know, it was 40 bucks, which, if they were all in good condition, I wouldn't even bat my eye about it. But just the fact that the 2 most valuable games were jacked up, like I said, I really wish I could have got it for 20, but you know what? That was my fault for not checking thoroughly when I bought it, so... I got my orange juice. Okay, so next up, I have another Super Nintendo deal. Same thing, somebody saw my ad, they contacted me about it. Super Nintendo with 3 games, nothing really special, you know, it's pretty much the same stuff you always get. But I got it for 20 bucks, and once again, thought it was a great deal, which it still is, but... so here's the system. It's got a lot of discoloration. Pretty much the whole thing's kind of that gold color. So I just like to think of it as a limited edition 3/4 gold or something like that. But apparently it's even more of a special edition because this is the musical version, if you guys can hear this. Yeah, isn't that nice? And it's really heavy, which is really funny because like CJR a couple weeks ago, he did a video where he got a Super Nintendo and he said his was really heavy. This is the exact same way. So I'm thinking there's maybe toys or something in this. I don't know. I'll have to take it apart and kind of see what's going on with it. I haven't even fired it up to see if it works, but... Anyway, so there's a system, and then 3 games. Like I said, nothing really special. Tetris 2, Donkey Kong Country, and Super Mario All-Stars. So like I said, it was only 20 bucks. I mean, even if it doesn't really work, I can, you know, sell it for parts or whatever. It's not a total waste, but nothing spectacular either. Okay, so next up is yet another Craigslist deal. This was really awesome because, as you guys know, I'm going for a complete GameCube collection. So this set really helped me out. Unfortunately, I had quite a few of these games, but it was still really cool to get nonetheless. So basically, yeah, I'll just show you what I got. So I got not 1, but 2 black GameCubes. Both of them work. One of them's got an official Nintendo memory card in there, and the GameCubes also came with, it had 6 official Nintendo GameCube controllers, which is really awesome. I think it was 4 black, 1 silver, and 1 purple. and they all work really well. You know, the thumbsticks are in really good shape. And then I got a pretty big stack of games here, and like I said, I had most of them, but some of them are really cool to get. So, first up, I got Def Jam Fight for NY, which, believe it or not, is a pretty valuable game. It sells for like 30 to 35 bucks, which I had no idea until I was looking at it the other day. So, I've already got it, but it's kind of nice to have this to kind of try to recoup my money a little bit. NBA Live 2005. Super Smash Bros. Melee. It's just the disc in there. There's no manual, but it was still very nice to get nonetheless. SSX Tricky. Need for Speed Most Wanted. Star Wars Rogue Leader Rogue Squadron 2. NFL Street. NBA Street. TAC 2 The Staff of Dreams. TMNT. Another copy of Super Smash Bros. Melee. Same thing, disc only. Resident Evil 0. Fight Night Round 2, and this one, I don't know if some of you guys may not know this, but it comes with a playable version of Super Punch Out, so that's really cool. And I already had this one, but Mario Kart Double Dash. And the last one here is Star Wars Jedi Outcast Jedi Knight 2, which I was really happy to get. It's one of the few Star Wars games for the system I do not have. And altogether for all that, I think I paid like, it was 50 or 60 bucks. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was still a really good deal. I was really happy to get all this stuff. And I'm actually running out of room for all my GameCube stuff over here, so that's getting pretty exciting. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and start with the all the stuff I got garage sailing today. Again, I didn't get a whole lot of stuff today, but the stuff I did get, I was pretty happy with. It was definitely pretty good quality. So, especially for the GameCube, I got quite a few games that I did not have. So again, I'm always really excited to do that. I'm up to about 150 games for the GameCube, which I believe there's like a little over 500. So I've got a long way to go, but it's just getting to the point where a lot of times when I do come across GameCube games, it's games that I already have. So anytime I can get new ones, I'm definitely very excited to do so. So anyway, I went to a garage sale. They didn't have the GameCube system, they just had the games and a couple controllers left over. So I picked up this one. I really love the color. It's orange. It's not an official Nintendo one, but I just really like the color. The thumbsticks are kind of, I don't know, because it's, you know, it's like a third-party one, if they're supposed to be this stiff. They just feel kind of weird. But it was like 50 cents, so I couldn't really pass up on it. And then I got a stack of games here, which the ones that I got that I already had are very excellent titles. Once again, I can either trade those off for stuff that I don't have, or use it to kind of recoup the money that I spent. But anyway, these were, I think, like $1 a piece by the time I kind of, you know, haggled with the price and everything. So first up is Egg Mania, Egg Stream Madness, which I've never heard of this. It looks really interesting. Hi. Worms Blast, which these games have always looked really fun. I've never played any of them. Mark Davis's Pro Bass Challenge. Another copy of Mario Kart Double Dash. Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2. Luigi's Mansion. Shrek Extra Large, which I did not have, so again, very glad to get that. And another game that I did not have, nor have I heard of, is called Blowout. So that was all the GameCube stuff. Like I said, these were basically about $1 a piece. And then the last thing I got at the sale was, I saw this little Nintendo Game Boy case sitting here. And there's really nothing spectacular in here, but it was only, like, I think it was 10 bucks for the set, so I was more than happy to do it. It's got the original, you know, old school Game Boy, which works perfectly fine. It's got brand new batteries in it. They had a stack of manuals in here for the system and all the games, so that was really cool. And they kind of randomly had some Nintendo 64 stuff in here. You know, Memory Card Plus, and then 2 of the regular Nintendo Power memory cards. And I asked them, you know, if they had any Nintendo 64 left, but they sold it all, and they just kind of found this stuff recently. And it came with 4 games. Like I said, nothing really spectacular, but most of them I didn't have, so I was really happy to get them. Solitaire. Tetris Attack. Dr. Mario. And the last one is 4-in-1 Fun Pack, which I've never heard of that before. And they all have their little cases, as you can tell, so that's always really nice to get. And like I said, so the Game Boy set was 10, Basically, the Game Boy and the Gamecube stuff, I got this all for 20 bucks. So I was really, really happy with this deal for sure. Okay, so next up here is kind of a random assortment stuff. I went to the sale, kind of looked around, saw a couple of random games here and there. And I started asking the people that were there if they had any other games. And I noticed the guy that was sitting there looked really familiar. If you guys remember about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had that huge like blue tote full of Sega games. There was a Sega Dreamcast in there, a bunch of Dreamcast games, a Sega CDs, Genesis, a bunch of that stuff. It's the same guy that sold me that. And so we got to talking for a while, and he said he found some more games, you know, that he couldn't find before. And I won't lie, I got a little butthurt, you know, that he found that stuff and put it in a garage sale instead of calling me to let me know. Because I told him if you found anything else, definitely let me know, because I'll for sure purchase them. And he just basically said that he thought they were worthless games that nobody would want, and he didn't think I would be interested in, so he was just trying to pawn them off for cheap, which I can understand. But one of them, he had a couple of boxed N64 games that were still sealed. One of them was Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards, and when he told me that he sold it yesterday for $5, oh my god, like my heart sunk, and like I was really butthurt. I was like, dude, you should have known I would have been interested in that. I would have been more than happy to get that. He said he's still got more stuff at home. He said he found a CDX, which I am super, super interested in buying. He knows what it's worth, so he said he's looking for probably at least around $100, which is totally acceptable. But we'll kind of see how that plays out. And he said he thinks he's got some more boxed N64 games and some more Sega games. So we'll kind of see how that goes, and if I get any of that stuff, I'll definitely show you guys. But I picked up just a couple things that I thought were interesting. This game I was really excited to get. It is Mega Man, the Anniversary Collection for the PS2. These were only like about $2 each, so I was really happy to get them. Love this game. I really want it for the GameCube, but I'll definitely take this for now. Fling Smash for the Wii, which I'd never heard of, but basically what it looks like is like a kind of an Angry Birds ripoff. But it's made by Nintendo, so I'm kind of interested to see how that goes. Picked up Gears of War, the Triple Pack, and Marvel Ultimate Alliance. And then they also threw in this little Nintendo 64 pouch, which I thought was really cool. I don't have anything like this, so I was really happy to get that. And I think they gave this all to me for like $5, so I was really, really happy about that. And like I said, if I work out another deal with a guy, I will definitely let you guys know, because I've been looking everywhere for a CDX. I want one so bad, it's not even funny. Oh, and one last thing I forgot, he also threw these in. They were just going to throw them away if they didn't sell. So I took these. I thought it'd be fun to play, Mario Super Sluggers and Mario Tennis with. Okay, so next up was a really awesome Nintendo DS lot that I found. It was actually the very last sale that I went to. So I'm just absolutely amazed that they still had this stuff, because it was a really busy community sale. A very, very populated area. Like, when I went there, there was just tons and tons and tons of people there. I don't know how this stuff didn't sell. I'm still really baffled about this. So the first thing I saw when I pulled up was a boxed Nintendo DS Lite. It's white. It's in really good shape. She had like a little rubber skin over it, so it's been really well taken care of. So there's that. And then they had a couple of really awesome games. Kung Zoo for the DS, and this is still brand new sealed. It hasn't even been opened yet. A game that I've been wanting to get for a very long time, Super Princess Peach. I don't know, last summer I went to a garage sale, long story short. I picked this up, didn't look inside, I was just really excited to finally get it. Came home, found out it was complete, but the wrong game was in there. There was like Squinkies or something like that in there. Yeah, it was Squinkies, so I was really upset, but finally I've got this now, I've got it complete. So I was really happy to get that. Pokemon Black. Pokemon Rumble Blast, and I thought this was really weird because it's a 3DS title. I think I heard her mom say that they bought this and they didn't realize it wouldn't play on the DS or something like that, but still really happy to get that. And Harvest Moon DS. And I got this whole lot of stuff here for $30, so I was really, really happy with that. Okay, so before I was getting ready to do this, I dropped my microphone and I pushed a button on this helmet, which I know I'm just spoiling what I have. But I pushed a button, and we thought that we broke my microphone because we heard talking. But apparently this helmet talks, which I thought was really cool.
Resistance is pointless.
Yeah.
Escape is not an option.
So anyway, I thought my microphone was broken, and I thought it was talking. Like, I thought there was sound coming out of it. So it really freaked me and my daughter out. But anyway, This was the very first sale that we went to, and it's nothing spectacular, but it's just really cool Star Wars stuff. Anytime I come across this stuff, I am more than happy to pick it up. So anyway, the first thing I saw here was this blaster, which is really, really cool. It still works. Sounds just like Star Wars. It's really, really cool. This was only $1. And of course, the next thing I saw sitting right next to it was this Boba Fett helmet. Unfortunately, the little antenna is not there, but for $1, I was more than happy to get this. This thing is so freaking cool. I might wear it to Walmart tonight, just to embarrass my wife. We'll see. But yeah, I was really, really happy to get this. And then the only game that they had there was Little Big Planet for the PS3, but I didn't have it, and it looks like a really fun game, and this was also $1, so I was really happy to pick this up. Non-game related stuff, they had some really nice furniture there that we bought. We bought like a couple dressers for like $5 a piece. So yeah, it was a really good deal. It was a really good start to the day. Whoa, hi! One more thing at that sale with the Star Wars stuff I forgot. Picked up this little Batman. It's like a little kid lair. It's really freaking cool. It was only $2. It comes with a lot of the pieces. And my kids, as soon as we brought it home, they were both playing with it instantaneously. So it's already a really good investment. I was really happy to get this. Alright guys, so the last thing I got garage sailing today, again, nothing really spectacular, but it was still really cool to get. I went to a sale, saw a Nintendo Gamecube sitting there, but it was in really rough shape. On top of the little disc cover, the little Nintendo logo, it was busted off. It looked like a dog had gotten to it. So I asked them if they had any other video game stuff. They said they had a couple Nintendos, one of which did not have the cords at all. It just had a couple games and a controller. So he went and dug it out, showed me what he had, and whoa, hi. So here's the NES system. It's in really good shape. It looks pretty clean, but I'm still gonna go in and clean it out, bend the pins and everything. And I think I might have a couple extra cables. So I went ahead and grabbed that, and it only came with 2 games, but they're pretty, they're decent games. They're really common, but Ninja Turtles and Super Mario Brothers 2. And he kind of randomly found a couple of Genesis games. Nothing special really, but I don't know if it's La Russa or La Russa Baseball, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters. And I got this lot of stuff for $10, so it was a really good deal. I was really happy to get it, especially if I've got some extra cables. That's definitely a bonus. Alright guys, so that's everything that I got this week. There's actually one more deal that I'm working on. There is a lady I'm going to meet. She's about 30 miles away, and unfortunately I couldn't meet with her early enough to get this stuff included into, everything here. But there's so much stuff in the deal, it's probably going to have to constitute either a 2-part series or a whole video on its own. Basically, again, she contacted me through Craigslist. She saw my wanted ad, and she sent me a picture, like 5 pictures of everything she had. And she had so much crap. Like, there was a fat PS2, a Gamecube, a couple other systems. I'm drawing a complete blank here of what she had. But she had 4 systems altogether. And she had over 100 games. Some of them were really pretty valuable. There was Mega Man Anniversary for the Gamecube. Super Smash Bros. Melee. I can't think of them off my head. But anyway, she had over 100 games. Some of them were really good. And she said she had like 50 more that she didn't have pictured. So I'm going to go pick those up here in a couple hours, and I will definitely make a video once I get all that stuff to show you guys everything. I'm really excited to go see what she has, because a lot of the stuff is going to be a complete surprise to me, and I'm getting it for a very, very good deal. So I'll definitely show you guys that once I get it. So yeah, thank you guys again very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Give the video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. If you're new to the series and you haven't subscribed yet, definitely please do so. Also check out my Facebook page. I'm getting a lot more involved with that. Like I said in my last video with the pre-orders, I'm trying to get, video game news updated, any kind of special deals that I can find, or just random stuff that I find. I try to post pictures and let you guys know ahead of time, and kind of give you a sneak peek of, what I'm going to do in these pickup videos. So definitely check that out as well. I'd really appreciate it. And of course, as always, leave comments below. I love hearing from you guys. I love all the feedback, all the interaction. So, you got anything to add?
Remember that silly dance?
Yes. We do have we do have a surprise for you guys. We're gonna show you. So we'll get to that here in a couple minutes. But yeah, thank you guys again very much for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye. Say bye.
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 Con los terroristas. Harlem Shake.